On today's episode of the show, we're going to talk about the number one investment for losing all of your money when it goes to your estate.
Creating wealth, protecting families, building legacy. This is the Rich Life Lawyer Show.
Hey everybody, this is Christopher Small, and this is episode 22 of the Rich Life Lawyer Show. Super pumped and excited to be here with you. Today, I want to tell you about my weekend because I'm excited about it. I don't care if it dates this video or not. I played in the Bear Creek Country Club member guest golf tournament with my brother-in-law this weekend. Shot a 78. Super pumped about that. I love golf. I think it's a kind of a metaphor for life, as is a lot of other sports. And when you play good, it feels good. And I wanted to share that with you. Some fun. One of the funnest days funnest weekends of my year. Get to hang out with my brother-in-law and catch up with him and do a lot of fun stuff. Get to compete and get to have a lot of fun. So super cool. But that's not why we're here. We're here today to talk about the worst sort of investment vehicle for your estate. And I think it's going to blow your socks off. I'm going to talk about it briefly, and then maybe we'll get more in the weeds with the blog post where I can talk about it and show some graphs and stuff like that. But take a guess on what it is. Guess. Life insurance? No. Stocks, bonds, mutual funds? No. Cash? No, of course not. It's your IRA. IRA is the worst investment vehicle. Honestly, it's not great for retirement planning either. Shh, don't tell anyone. Maybe we'll talk about that some other time too. But it is, it's not good for estate planning either. And here's why. Once you pass away, your IRA is going to have to be distributed in one of two ways. It's either going to have to be distributed as a lump sum, or it's going to have to be distributed in mandatory required distributions over time. And those two things are bad for a couple of different reasons. The lump sum is bad because you have to pay an income tax penalty. You, as the deceased, you have to pay an early withdrawal penalty of 10%, and you're going to have to pay potentially an estate tax. So if you're over $2 million in Washington State, you could potentially have to pay an estate tax on top of that. I have a client right now who is looking at having to fork over 60% of his father's IRA because of these things. And that's terrible, right? So $1 million all of a sudden goes down to $400,000. You're just giving $600,000 away to the government, which nobody wants to do. Number two, or the second option is to take distributions over time. That's a problem because it's going to count as income tax to you, potentially. As those distributions come in, you're going to get taxed on that as regular income. That can potentially throw you up into a new income tax bracket, and there's all kinds of bad things that happen there. The other thing is too that you're required to take the money. If you don't take it, you have to pay a penalty on not taking distribution. So the potential pitfalls there are pretty big, and quite frankly, this is a conversation I have with my clients, but this is really a conversation you should be having with your financial planner as well, because they should be able to tell you what good investment vehicles are once you get up to a certain point with your IRA or your 401k, your retirement fund, so that you can avoid these things in the future. You can also fund and do some other things that will reduce your tax liability when you want to take your money out, which is what we all really want to do. All right, so that's it. I know this was quick. I know I talked fast. Rewind it and listen to it again if you want. But before we go, one thing, I want to know what you want to know. All right, I'm going to start asking you for questions every day. You can leave me a comment below in the video. You can email me, chris@cmslawfirm.com, and just ask me a question. You want it answered, I'll answer it here on the show. All right, looking forward to it. Really appreciate you listening. Really am looking forward to your comments and your questions, and talk to you soon.